fellow citizens of America. This is an urgent matter. A little girl, Madeleine Mccann, went missing May 3rd, 2007. On the evening of May 3rd, 2007, tragedy struck the Mccann family while on vacation in a large coastal town in Portugal called Praia de Luz. Vacationing from the United Kingdom, the Mccanns, who are composed of Jerry and Kate, the parents, plus their twin children, Sean and Emily, and Madeleine. Also attending was a family friend group and their children. At the time, Madeleine was 3 years old. Born in Leicester, England, she lived with her parents in Rothley, which is also in Leicestershire. She is described to have blonde hair, blue and green eyes, a small brown spot in her left calf, and a distinctive dark strip on the iris of her right eye. The Mccanns decided to take a week-long vacation to Portugal for spring break, which is defined as paradise by many. What was originally supposed to be a relaxing getaway for the family quickly turned into a nightmare. On May 3rd, 2007, Jerry and Kate decided to put the children to bed so they could go out to eat with their friends they had traveled with. The approximate time when they went to put to bed in the ground floor apartment was around 20:30, which translates to 8:30 p.m. local time. The Mccanns and friends decided to go out to eat in a restaurant that was 160 feet away from the apartment occupied by Madeleine and her siblings. At around 2200, which is 10 o'clock p.m., Jerry and Kate returned to the apartment to check on their children. It was at this point in time when they had discovered Madeleine was missing. When the Mccanns reported the incident to the Portuguese police, it was first determined that it was an abduction. However, the police instantly misinterpreted the case and came to a conclusion that Madeleine had died in the apartment, blaming Kate and Jerry, who were her parents. After the misinterpretation, Jerry and Kate were instantly declared suspects in the case. By the time they were declared suspects, it was now September 2007. However, in July of 2008, all potential charges were dropped on the case, which was archived. On the night of the disappearance, there were 2 potential sightings of Madeleine throughout the area where the Mccanns were staying. The first sighting was by a friend of the Mccann family, a woman by the name of Jane Tanner. She spotted a man carrying a barefoot child who was wearing pajamas. The man was described by Tanner as being, quote-unquote, white, dark-haired, 5'7" tall, of European or Mediterranean appearance, 35 to 45 years old, wearing gold or beige trousers and a dark jacket. However, Tanner did not see the man's face, which made things more difficult to the investigators of the case. The sighting became irrelevant when the mystery of the sighting was debunked in October of 2013. The man in question was carrying his daughter home from the Ocean Club in the village, so that case was dropped. The second sighting that was reported on the night of the disappearance was reported by a couple from Ireland, Mary and Martin Smith. They saw the man in question at approximately 10 p.m. local time. He was reportedly carrying a girl who had blonde hair, bare feet, and lightly colored pajamas, very similar to the Mccann sighting. According to the report, the man was mid-30s, 5'7" to 5'9" inches tall, slim to normal build, with short brown hair, wearing cream or beige trousers. The man also reported that the man was not a tourist and seemed uncomfortable carrying the child. Currently, this case is still being investigated. There have been different cases throughout the years of potential sightings of Madeleine, but all has been discovered to be either hoaxes or examined not to be Madeleine. Throughout the years, there have been situations that have put numerous questions into people's heads. Questions such as, is Madeleine still alive, or what could have happened on May 3rd, 2007? The situation that has been the biggest worry to everyone happened in Australia in 2015. On July 15th, 2015, a suitcase was found with a young girl's skeletal remains inside of it in Adelaide, Australia. The body was soon discovered that it was a girl who died in 2007, aged between 2 and 4, and her name was Condoleezza Kiara Pierce. However, Pierce had been the same body stature as Madeleine Mccann, which caused an instant uproar. until the body was identified as Pierce's. Pierce's daughter of Carly Pierce Stevenson, whose skeletal remains were found in 2010. South Australia police had ruled out 43 missing children in connection to this discovery. Discoveries like the Pierce case have caused heartbreak throughout the world and anyone following the Mccann case. Due to the fact this is such a widely popular case throughout the world, it is still being investigated by law enforcement officials throughout the world. The Madeleine Mccann case is an actively supported case from all individuals all over the world. Jerry and Kate Mccann started a website called FindMadeleine.com. The website consists of updates, a donation section, and even an online store where you can purchase items with Madeleine's campaign on it. All proceeds collected goes towards finding and bringing back Madeleine home to her parents. After thoroughly investigating all the sources I could find, I cannot give an opinion on whether I think Madeleine is still alive. If you have any tips on this case at all, please call the Missing for Exploited Children hotline and give them the tip you see. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.